Now, in the past, we've talked quite a bit about the 84 Mahasiddhas. We've talked about the different systems of 84 Mahasiddhas, of which we have 5, 6, 7, depending on how you calculate it, based on text or based on mural images with different systems rather than that are a little different than the literature. Two main systems are the Abhayakaragupta, sometimes known as the Abhayadatta, and then the Vajrasana system. After that, we have a Sakya Shalu system that's documented by Bhutan. And then we have mural systems like such as Kunchok Ling and Upper Mustang. We have the Gyaltsen monastery. We have the Magun, the Mother Monastery of Gyaltsen. And then we have a quite a different, unique set. But here what we're doing is we're looking at a single painting that belongs to an 11 painting set. And this set originated, the concept, the iconography of this set appears to have originated with Jonang Taranata, but it may have been earlier. It might have been based on Dolpopa or some other teachers, Kunga Drolchok possibly. It's possible, but this system was popularized really by Katok Sewang Norbu in the 18th century. Now, it's often, I think, falsely attributed to Situ Pension, but it's actually Katok Sewang Norbu that visited the monastery of Takten Punsok Ling of Jonang Taranata and saw these murals and actually found a text written by Taranata for them. And he brought that back to Polpung Monastery in eastern Tibet. And I believe he had these sets, or the original set, created, which was then copied quite a bit. We have really, I'm not sure what the total is now, but I think we might know of 11, 12 to 15 sets that were copied from the original, that was painted or commissioned most likely by Katok Sewang Norbu. Now, why are we highlighting this one painting today? Well, we're highlighting it because each painting has a bodhisattva at the top of the top center of the painting. Then there's 8 Mahasiddhas that are represented. And now most of the Mahasiddhas in this painting are not well known, but there's 3 that can be well known, and that's Shantideva and Indrabhuti and Kotalipa. And the Shantideva is very famous in Buddhism because we have a text called the Bodhicharyavatara. And it's said that when he taught the 9th chapter, when he was teaching to a group of monks and scholars in Nalanda University, when he taught the 9th chapter, which is the wisdom chapter, then he actually rose into the air. He levitated into the air and then eventually just disappeared, flew away. And so we see that depicted in the image here. We see him at the middle left, that's the viewer's left, and we see him levitating as a monastic figure above an orange textile cushion above a square throne with some monks and some lay people surrounding. Now, at the bottom center, we actually have bottom center right, on the right side, we have Indrabhuti. Now, Indrabhuti is a very difficult character. With Shantideva, we know that there's likely to be one Shantideva, but went by several names. He often went by the kind of a nickname, a demeaning nickname called Busuku, which means eating, sleeping, and defecating. Busuku. And then at the bottom, but there's only one Shantideva. But then at the bottom right, we have Indrabhuti. And we know of at least 3 King Indrabhutis. Indrabhuti the elder, the middle, the younger. And who knows, there might even have been more. It could be a situation like with the Mahasiddha Virupa, where we have quite a number, at least 3, if not 5 different Virupas, and we have to track them by their lineages and by their chronology and by their students, and then we can try and isolate as to which Virupa belongs to which tradition. Whereas generally Tibetans often they just absorb all of the Indrabhutis into one and all of the Virupas into one, and it's only the very educated teachers who try and differentiate And in some cases, don't even bother in a general audience because it just gets too complicated for some people. So, but the Indrabhuti in the bottom right, he's very important for different traditions of Buddhism. Some are Nyingma, some are Sarma, some are Guhya Samaja, some are Vajrayogini. So there's all kinds of traditions coming from a number of Indrabhutis, King Indrabhuti. Now, at the bottom left corner, we have a very unique fellow called Kotalipa. Now, Kotalipa is a farmer, and he at one time took some teachings, and then he has a very, very fascinating story. And I'm going to tell that story, but I think I'm going to tell it on the Patreon platform because it relates to David Jackson. Because David Jackson published a book called, I believe it's A Single White Element. And in that book, he has a story, I believe, of Kotalipa. And it's really quite fascinating. And we'll go into it in more detail there. But we'll leave it for now. So thank you for watching, and please press like. You can subscribe, and you can join HAR on Patreon for free, and you get a limited number of announcements and videos and whatnot and postings, or you can become a donor, a patron on Patreon, and have access to far more videos and far more content. You can also make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.